I'll
And
go.
sorry.
I'm recording it.
Oh, you are recording. Look at you.
There we go.
Good. So I'll share again.
Perfect. So we're really happy you guys are all with us. Thanks for coming to the June 2025 quarterly staff meeting. We'll be, kind of covering a few important updates, reflections, and of course, the main thing and reason we get together is just to also recognize amazing work that's being done across our team and company. So we will run until about 9 p.m. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here. Anyone who, oh, I see someone else is joining. Sorry. So yeah, I guess to start, if we can go to the next slide, I'll just quickly outline um, the meeting program and what we'll be going through.
Oh, my goodness. I don't think I can go with the full screen mode to just a second. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I couldn't figure it out either, so that's why I'm not the one controlling it.
I don't know what's gonna happen here. Yeah. Wait a second.
Um,
Where is
Anyways, I can just sort of speak on it to begin until we start moving. Tonight, we will have some welcoming remarks and updates from Mark. And then we've got a people and culture training session with Callie. This will be on grief, which I think is just really important and hits home for a lot of us. Followed by a discussion portion, which Norma will lead, and we'll just hear from you guys. Always want to hear from you, obviously, throughout. We'll have a quick game of Would You Rather HCA edition, should be fun. And then I'll have a few announcements. We will go into our coaching corner with Danny. And then I'll just lead a small wins section where you can start thinking of your wins now. I'll want to hear those. And then best part of the night, the CSC Compassion Senior Care Ambassador Award. And then we will close up from there. So I will just pass it over to Mark. We'll begin with his welcoming. Oh, nope, sorry. I'm starting first. That's my bad. Sorry, I got confused. I'm
Yeah,
looking
but
at Mark.
just before you start, I can I ask who is on iPhone 2? They're muted, no picture, just so
Oh, yeah.
don't
Probably
hurt
me,
me.
I'm not
Who's
sure.
on iPhone 2?
I'm on an iPhone, but I have mine muted because my dog is talking.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's another person without the video or their video on.
Yeah.
I'm on, but I
Oh,
have
I
my.
think it's Dada. She said she's going to listen but not talk
Oh,
because she's doing things. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry
Okay,
about
so
that.
sorry. Just before we get to Mark, I just want to remind everyone the reason we kind of get together for these meetings. Something we really value deeply, the three B's, which stand for bond, build, and balance. So when we go to the first slide, bond, we are connecting as a team, having fun, growing, and learning together. When we go to build, we are looking to learn, inspire, support, and encourage each other. And for balance, take care of yourself and find harmony between work and life. Something that we really, really strive to do with you guys. So I will now hand it over to Mark for his welcoming remarks.
Awesome. It's flawlessly working right now. So, yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. Another QSM on Zoom. Great evening. Everybody's in their own home. Great to see your beautiful faces. Love it. Yeah, I mean, I said earlier, all the women's in my life, and I need you also to add you as well. And I mean it in working relationships and also matrimonial relationship. But I wanted to thank you all for your unwavering commitment to serving the clients on day in day out. Like this really inspires me every day when I see it. Earlier, I did mention a little bit in my newsletter introduction. Earlier in the months, we celebrated the 90th birthday of one of our clients, and just listening to her and talking to her and telling me how important it is for the HCA that covers her, which is now we can say Roxana. It was just it filled my heart, just to hear it from her, to acknowledge and recognize her. And similarly, like, every day, I know these are stories like this, but last week I have also attended the funeral of one of our clients as well, who turned 98 before he passed away. And also listening to the family and thanking me for all the work that we do to impact their lives. And it happens that his daughter is cared for by Anne Marie, who is here as well. And just watching Anne Marie caring for his daughter in attendance, it just melts my heart. It makes my day. So I just wanted to acknowledge that, recognize each one of you for the work you do. This is all what the meeting is all about, is to recognize you, to acknowledge you, to bring us as a team as well, and that we learn from one another and talk to one another. So I really invite you to enjoy this meeting, not only enjoy it, but also engage in it and learn from it. And yeah, so we can become a better team, though we can raise a bar and make a difference in the life, continue to make the difference in the lives of the clients we serve. So yeah, just I'll watch for later that I will talk and close, but for now I'll pass it on to Tally.
Hello, everybody. So tonight I'm doing just a little training session on complicated grief, a compassionate guide for home care assistants. This teachings is based off of Dr. Alan Wolfett, PhD. I had the opportunity to go watch his seminar and learn lots of great things, and hopefully this will be a good a good outlet for you guys. So the purpose of this training, I would really like to begin by acknowledging that HCA is on the front lines of emotional care. This training is designed to help you feel more confident and prepared when encountering grief that feels different, prolonged, or unusually intense in the clients and families we support. So understanding complicated grief. Grief is a natural process, but sometimes it becomes struck or overwhelming. Dr. Wolfett calls this complicated grief. And it's not a disorder, it's a human response to deeply painful loss. So normal grief that has become stuck on off track, triggered or prolonged by trauma, unresolved past grief, a lack of support, it's not a disorder and a natural human response to overwhelming loss. So some examples of this complicated grief is the person remains stuck or in disbelief for an extended period of time. Ongoing evidence of reminders of the loss or self-destructive behavior. So like isolation, very quiet, maybe some substance abuse. You never know. It could be a situation. Ongoing avoidance of reminders of the loss, self-destructive behavior, and the inability to function in daily life. Next slide, please. So you may be the one person who notices when a client's grief is becoming unmanageable. Your presence can make a big difference, and that's why this awareness is so important. As HCAs, you are often one of the closest points of contact for clients who are grieving. So you may witness grief up close, be a safe presence for emotional exposure, and notice change that others may not. So understanding complicated grief allows you to provide compassionate, non-judgmental care, recognize when a client may need additional support, or avoid unintentionally minimizing or dismissing their grief. Next slide, please. what complicated grief may look like. This section is about helping you recognize some signs of complicated grief. These are not a checklist, but helpful clues when something seems off. So grieving clients or family members may show explosive emotions, anger, guilt, blame, prolonged numbness or sadness, yearning, searching behaviors, expecting the deceased to return, avoidance or reminders, people and or places, loss of interest in daily activities or relationships. These may appear weeks, months, or even years after the loss. Companion versus fixing. We don't need to fix grief. We're not consolers, but we can walk with someone and show up with kindness, curiosity, and care. Dr. Wolfitt, companion, model emphasizes presence, not solutions. As a home care assistant, you don't need to fix the grief. You offer presence, empathy, and patience. You walk with the clients through their grief rather than pushing them through it. So we're very much just being there as they walk themselves through their own process. So the 6 needs of mourning. These are the emotional and spiritual needs that help someone move toward healing. You may hear these in conversation or them expressed in quiet moments. You can support healthy grieving by gently reinforcing these 6 needs, acknowledging the reality of the death, embrace the pain of the loss, remember the person who died, develop a new self-identity, and search for meaning and receive and accept support from others. Grievers may move more through these in order and revisit them over time. When to alert a supervisor or nurse. You are part of a team. If something feels off, speak up. Don't document my apologies. Please do document what you observe and bring it to the care team. If you notice a client or family member is not eating, sleeping, or engaging at all, talks about hopelessness, self-harm, or wanting to die, is desperately unusual behavior, or seems emotionally stuck, share your observations with Jenna, myself, Mark, Norma, or anybody else on our care team right away. Early support makes a huge difference with our clients and with anyone grieving. Self-care for our caregivers. Grief doesn't just affect our clients, it affects us too. And you matter and your wellness matters. So grief can affect all of you. So make time to debrief with your team or with yourself. Set emotional boundaries, know your limits, rest and reflect. Always remember to recharge. Reach out when you need the support. We are all here to support you, and we're all here to be one as a team. So, final reminder, let's carry this message forward. Grief is not a problem to fix. It's a story to listen to, a pain to witness, a love that needs space. You already have what it takes to support others with your presence. Grief is something to get over. It is something to be witnessed, honored, and championed. As an HCA, your presence is one of the most powerful tools in supporting someone through loss. Grief is love, conjoined twin. Dr. Alan DeWolf. And then I think there should be one last slide. I do believe, or I could be wrong.
We move to our discussion. So we have Norma with us, which is wonderful. She has such a wealth of experience and knowledge in this field specifically, and has dealt with this a lot. So I'll just let Norma take it from here.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Thanks very much, Callie. That was great. One thing that really struck me about that presentation that is so true is sometimes we just sit in silence and acknowledge the loss. And it's kind of a sacred time that you share with that family or that person. Sometimes you don't need words. You just need to bear witness to what has happened, and just maybe sit and hold a hand and say that we care. I do love a lot of times when people die, people are afraid to talk about the deceased. And it is such a beautiful thing to remember them, because the loved one that's left behind wants to know they're not forgotten. And that's really a beautiful way to bring that forward. If you do see signs of clients who are really not coping well, not engaging, cocooning, their affect is really flat, they're just really depressed. Alberta Health Services does offer a grief counseling sessions, and they are self-referral. They can be very good. That is something that we can help them with, or they can just look online for AHS grief counseling. The other thing is that, if things get really out of place, then it's very appropriate to refer to the doctor, because sometimes it's a situational depression and they may need some antidepressants and medication to help them kind of get centered and back on track. It doesn't mean that they're not grieving. Absolutely they are, but it just might help them deal with their loss in a more effective way, and be able to start kind of working through that. Does anyone have a story that you would like to share about, like, a really difficult death or difficult family situation?
Yeah, as people are coming in, and I'd love to invite people to come in. I want to mention also, as HCAs, as home care assistants, I've seen it a few times with clients that we had that passed away. It is also emotionally very difficult for our HCAs to go through that. And I know, Norma, you've had a lot of experience in palliative care, and now I see that more and more people want to palliate and in the comfort of their homes.
Absolutely.
So as we also step into this as a potentially a niche of us caring for people as they spend the last few days or months of their lives, what biggest advice you give to our HCAs that, of course, Callie touched on a lot of it. I mean, but for themselves, not for the families
right.
of the deceased, but also for the healthcare aides into mitigating that.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important to take time after someone's passed and mourn that loss, because it's a life that is now passed. And give yourself just some time to think through that process, acknowledge it, and allow yourself time to mourn that person if you need to, think about a happy memory, and that might help you to move forward after you witness that. And as healthcare aides, I mean, you guys are in the trenches, you're there with that family all the time, and you do have a deep connection to them. So absolutely, it is hard on caregivers when you witness someone that has passed. And I do think you need to take time for that. If you're struggling with that, please reach out to one of us. And, you can also, there is some HS grief counseling, I do believe, for caregivers as well. But let me look into that, and we can maybe send that link around to you guys afterwards.
Sure. And Callie specifically went to that training to be able to be a good also, resource or share resources that are out there for the HCAs as well. Right,
Yeah.
Callie?
Yeah, I have gathered quite a bit of resources. So absolutely, if anyone's ever struggling, I'm always here to support and give the resources that are needed as well.
Okay. Yeah. So just wanted to throw that out before anybody starts sharing from their own experiences and how they cope with it.
I can share a little story. It just happened on Saturday, actually. It was a lifelong friend that we've known for years and years and years, a gentleman who was 86. last week walking around talking, had a little cardiac procedure to it was an ablation to help his irregular heartbeat. Was feeling fine, went home. 2 days later, he said to his wife, I don't feel well. Something's wrong. Went to the hospital and he was full of cancer. And he
Oh,
passed away within a week. Super fast. So I saw him earlier in the week. And then I woke up Saturday and I had this, I need to take lunch for the family. So off I go, take lunch, spent some time with the family. And I knew Roger was very close to passing. And, you know, we talked, we sang, we prayed. He was very ready to go. So it was kind of a celebration and a sacred time that we had with him in those last moments. And I don't know how many of you have actually witnessed people pass, but there is quite a predictable breathing pattern that happens. And some family members find that quite distressing. And this was the case on Saturday. And I just reassured his wife that we do see this. It's quite predictable. It doesn't mean that they're struggling to breathe. It's just the body's way of shutting down, and the breathing pattern sometimes becomes very shallow and may stop for 15, 20, sometimes 30 seconds. And then there's big breaths that happen. And we do see that at end of life, sometimes for days and sometimes just at the very end, depending what's going on. So, just reassuring the family of that. Hopefully, if you're witnessing that actually event, that there's other medical personnel to kind of help through that, or if it's just, a gentle passing at home. The other thing that you will see is the mottling of the feet often progresses from the toes and kind of works up the leg. It's kind of a purple mottle look, and the feet may become cold, and you will see it progress up. Another thing, family members want to, they want them to eat and they want them to drink. And really, as the body shuts down, that people don't want to eat and drink. And you really don't want their last moments to be, all about eating and drinking, because it is not going to make a difference. In fact, it actually hinders a gentle passing because they've got this fluid and food on board. So if they're a bit dehydrated, the passing is easier because they don't have so many secretions in their throat and in their lungs. So you can encourage them in that and just say, at this point, this isn't helpful. Let's just be with the person. The body doesn't need liquids or food at this time, if you're right at that end stage. Has anybody had a difficult situation where they weren't quite sure how to handle it, or the family was not managing it very well?
I will just step in and say, if you don't feel comfortable sharing, that is perfectly fine. I know a few of you, we've had to go through this with a few clients recently, or maybe you weren't there for it, but we've had different things introduced, like MAID and things like that, and that can be really difficult. It may feel like a lot to share right now, and if you don't feel like sharing right now, that's okay. I just really want you to know that the reason we're talking about it today is because we know you guys are all going to go through it at one point or another, and we're here, and it's never something that you need to kind of like bury. We want to be here. So even if right now it's not comfortable to speak about, please don't ever feel like you can't reach out to us. I can share that even like Norma, you were talking about it happening so quickly. We did recently have a client's wife, who a few of you have worked with, pass away very suddenly. And it's shocking. I don't even go there and care for these people. But when all of a sudden you're used to maybe being the one on the phone with them and setting up, care and things like that, and then all of a sudden they're not there. We're coming into a home now, a number of us actually, 4 or 5 different HCAs, where this lovely man now doesn't have his wife, and it's heavy, and it can feel like a lot sometimes. So, beautiful job that everyone who is there and going there is doing, just being there and allowing him to be in his own home still, because that's such a healing thing when something has happened so suddenly. But yeah, we felt it was really important to discuss this and make sure you guys knew that we will always want to discuss it with you and be there for you.
Mhm. And I think it's important to know that it's okay to shed tears when someone passes. And it's okay if the family does see you do that. I think where it's difficult is to still be um, somewhat in control. Said shed those tears, but you don't want to be such a puddling mess that you aren't able to support the family. Yes, absolutely, share those tears. But if you need to step out for a moment and get a little bit of composure, that's okay too. And certainly, I have been on the other end where I've had not my family, but patients that I've looked after who have passed away, and it was really difficult with the family because the family was at odds with each other. And here they are around the deathbed, and there's not much love there between siblings. And that's really difficult. And it's hard if you're there witnessing that too, because how do you manage that? Really pretty tricky. I think the best, we just focused on the lady that we were looking after. And the family's going to have to deal with the fallout after. You cannot fix years and years of angst between family members. You're there to support best you can and to be there for the person who's passing. But yeah, it can be such a wide range of things you may see or things you may deal with. And the fact that you feel things speaks to how much you care and love your clients. And I think that's a really beautiful testament to who you all are. And I thank you for that. Your love and care goes so far in touching our clients. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you for speaking on it.
For
We
sure.
really appreciate that. And yeah, as I mentioned before, we're here. Callie has a lot of resources that she shared with me and that we've compiled and will continue to compile. So, and even if it's not necessarily work related, we're here to help you through that. Okay.
And I want to echo what you said, Jenna, and it's a heavy topic to talk about. But we work with seniors, as you all know, and I know you've had the training and you are prepared. But if you feel at any moment that that you can't deal with something like that, like Jenna said, I want to assure you that we are here for you, and please don't don't shy out from sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much. If anyone needs to share anything after, you guys know where we are. And
Okay.
we'll still be here. So to kind of lighten up the mood, we were thinking, would you rather? So Mark had never heard of that, and we kind of, explained it a little bit. So it'll come out as a poll, and what I'd love to hear, we'll get everyone to answer the would you rather's, and then I'd love to hear a few of you maybe just hop in here and maybe explain why. There will be a participation prize, so everyone who participates will be put into a draw for it. But I'll just go ahead. Let me see if I can launch this. Let me know if you
Can do
guys
it,
see
Jen.
it.
Got it.
Awesome.
Okay.
So go ahead, Callie. If you want to read them out, it's totally up to you. We can chat a little bit
I
about
will.
it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it out. Would you rather support a client with meal prep every day or do laundry and housekeeping only?
Hmm.
So how can you answer that?
You just answered, but you're probably a host, Mark, so you
Oh,
won't
so
be
okay,
answering it.
okay.
Would you rather work an early 7:30 a.m. shift or a late 9 p.m. evening shift? Would you rather be prepared with Would you rather be prepared with a client who loves to chat nonstop or one who barely speaks at all? Would you rather work in a home with three friendly dogs or a home with one very curious parrot? And then final one, would you rather get a $25 bonus for perfect documentation or a surprise snack pack delivered to your door?
Interesting.
Mhm. I got quite creative with
Yeah, I'm
it.
definitely probably, I don't know. I feel like for the first one, I'm thinking meal prep every day or housekeeping. And when you are a parent, you are doing both every day.
Mhm.
So I'm sure, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys would prefer. Oh, it looks like meal prep every day. Ooh, good. And then we've got most people would rather the early shift. I'm with you,
Me
100%
too.
there.
Yeah.
Get it done early, have your evening to yourself. Nonstop or barely speaks. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like hard, right? Would you want to fill the silence like I'm trying to do right now? Or
You're doing great. You're doing great.
and then dogs versus parrot, 100%. I'm with you. Yeah. You guys are answering correctly, even though there's no correct answer.
No, there's no correct answer. It's just a
Awesome.
fun game. Good job, everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you for participating.
Yeah, we love
Yeah, that's
that.
so fun.
It's
You
so
know,
cool to kind of see, and you never know, right? I'd
I'm
love to
looking at
just,
the last question and I'm seeing like,
yeah,
maybe we should start delivering snack packs to
I
for
think
HCA's
so.
doors.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I just love to know who it is that wants the 9 p.m. evening visit, if you
Anley,
sharing. Anley, okay.
We got a
All
night
right.
owl.
Are you a night owl then? Yeah.
I'm both. I like the
Oh,
7 too,
oh, good for you.
but I had to
Boy.
pick one.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
Yeah.
man.
No, my bedtime is 9, so I usually hop off of here and then head to bed. So
I
that's
feel
not
if
gonna work.
Julia was here, she would pick 9 p.m. too.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
there are
what
some
about the
people who
parrot, guys? 3 of you said parrots.
They're too talkative.
I picked the parrot just because I actually don't like birds. I was just being a.
I'm terrified of birds.
I am too, even though I own 3 of them.
They're too talkative. I love my dogs.
Yeah, I love dogs too.
Dogs are cute.
I have 3 of them, so hey.
Yeah. So you definitely answered 3 friendly dogs.
Yeah, I did.
Cool, guys. We will draw for that at the end. Everyone participated, so we'll put it in and let you know who's getting a gift card, and I will coordinate that. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Great job. Really cool to see. We'll have to do some more of that. And I'm just going to go ahead to the next slide. I think. Is it not letting you, Mark?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Hey guys, it's me. Shocker. So we will go to the next slide. I've got a few reminders for you guys. Just some of it you will have heard a million times. Repetition is kind of where it's at sometimes. So for the next slide, I just want to talk about CareSmart. We all know we all have a love-hate relationship with CareSmart some days. You know how it goes. Sometimes you can clock in, sometimes you can't. I'm the one you're talking to about it. It seemed a little bit worse recently. So I would just love it if you guys can please, in the next day or two, completely uninstall and reinstall it. They've been doing a ton of updates. It may be helpful. It has worked for 1 or 2 of the HCAs that I've mentioned it to. So if you can completely delete it off your phone and get back in, let's see if it helps. If you still continue to experience issues, I'm sure at some point you will. It's all good. You message me. We'll continue trying to work that out. Just thought it's worth a shot because it's been a lot in the last week, I'd say. And next, I will just remind you guys again, shift confirmations and just timekeeping in general. So a lot of you guys are very reliable with this. I really appreciate it, but confirming those shifts is just really helpful. Please just, I've said it before, set yourself a reminder, maybe at the beginning of every month, confirm the shifts. Sometimes, schedules change and that's okay. All good. But if you can do that, it's something I've noticed has been slipping a little bit. And then obviously clocking in and clocking out through the app. I'm hoping the first slide helps you guys be able to do the second slide better, but we'll see how it goes, okay? Next, summer time off requests. I was going to speak about this and I said, originally my slide said summer is coming up. And then Mark kind of was like, summer is here. He reminded me of that we are actually officially in summer. So obviously we've already received a bunch of requests. And at this point, I would just like to say, please, if you are, randomly thinking of a camping trip or something coming up, we have our time off request, like we're asking for advance notice. We put that policy out. But just before you book tickets, hotels, anything like that, reach out, fill out the request form, and then wait for that answer. I don't want to have to say, hey, by the way, 3 people are off right now at this time you requested. So if you can just make sure to do that in advance, that helps us. I really hope that we can make it work for everybody, but obviously our operational needs and the coverage for our clients is extremely important. And then the next slide is just a quick reminder. We know it's busy. We know a lot's going on. I hope that you guys are all getting out when you can and enjoying yourself. I would say sunshine, but like it's been a really weird summer so far with lots of rain. But hey, I hope it comes. Right? Make sure to stay hydrated, take breaks, take care of yourselves. I will preach this always. It's so important. You guys are so important to us. Your well-being is important to us. So please just make sure to take time for yourselves, even though it's an incredibly busy season. Now, we are going to hand it over to Danny. She's got a coaching corner. And yes, we will go from there.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Is it good?
You're good.
All right, everybody. Hi, you know me. I'm Danny, your brain coach and neuroencoding specialist. Do you find yourself constantly giving your energy, time, and heart to others? I do. Any one of you do, with the type of job you do and the work you give to all these seniors. So today I want to give something back to you. We'll explore how something as simple as nature and fresh air can improve your brain health, calm your nervous system, and restore your emotional balance. So let's start with a reality check. Caring for others is beautiful. It's rewarding. You will be filled with joy. However, it is also stressful. You're likely juggling appointments, emotions, decisions, and fatigue. And let's be honest, you rarely put yourself first. But here's the truth. You can't give your best if your brain and body are running on empty. So here is the good news. Nature and fresh air are not luxuries. They're natural, science-backed ways to restore your energy, focus, and emotional strength. So lots of research have shown that exposure to fresh air and natural environment actually changes your brain function. It lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. It increases your blood flow at your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that is responsible for focus, planning, and emotional control. It boosts dopamine and serotonin, where this is you feel good, you stay motivated, and even just a few minutes outside can begin to shift your brain chemistry. Nature is brain medicine. And it's free, accessible, and effective. So since it's summertime, that's why I'm focusing on nature here and how does it work and on your brain and your body too. So we're going to talk about how we can add neuroencoding, how you can train your mind by combining movement, emotion, and environment. When you're outside and breathing deeply, you're not just relaxing, actually you are rewiring your mind. You shift into what we call magnificence mode, which is a state where you're calm, confidence, and strength. So instead of reacting from stress, you respond from clarity. It's not about having hours in nature, it's about using a few minutes, intentional minutes, in nature to reset your mindset. So let's talk results. 20 minutes in nature improve attention span. 15 minutes outdoors reduces stress by 60%. Walking in greenery increases creativity. 10 minutes outdoor can lower blood pressure and heart rate. Walking in a park can reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality, two major challenges for everyone. In Japan, forest therapy is prescribed for stress recovery. Pair these with simple neuroencoding tools like walking while repeating some affirmation words to yourself or grounding with gratitude. The point is, you don't need a retreat. You just need to step outside with intention. So here is what I call brain boost mini routine. Step outside. Even if you step out to your backyard or your balcony, that counts. Breathe. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale for 8. Say 3 things you're grateful for. Say them out loud so your brain can hear it while moving or smiling. And tell your brain, I'm safe, I'm grateful, I'm grounded, while moving or smiling. The more often you repeat it, the more your brain will wires it in and it will become your new baseline. Remember, what gets repeated gets remembered, and what gets remembered gets reinforced. So when gratitude becomes your default, your mindset shifts, and so does your life. Choosing gratitude as your default perspective helps you focus on what you have instead of focusing on what you lack. This simple shift in mindset can transform you and the way you see challenges, relationships, and opportunities. It builds resilience, reduces stress, and attracts more positivity into your daily life. So gratitude doesn't change your circumstances. Gratitude changes how you experience these circumstances. As we mentioned, every day say 3 things that you are grateful for. Say them out loud so that your brain can hear it, and say them with a movement and a smile on your face. So this is a simple, exercise if you want to do, connect with nature in summer. And really, I want to thank you for your love and care that you give to others. And I hope today is a reminder that you really deserve care too, especially at the level of your brain and your emotional well-being. So nature is here to support you, and also I'm here to support you. So please feel free anytime if you need anything from me to contact me, and take home today's routine as a gift to your brain and your soul. So let's keep you strong, not just for others, but for you too. And here is the slide if you want to take a picture of what are these simple steps. It's a very little one, and it won't take you 5 minutes if anyone wants to take a photo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danny. I love it. And it also goes really well with our next quick portion, which if you if you attended last meeting, you know we introduced small wins as something we wanted to speak about. So very timely to hop onto that slide. I will just quickly say one of my favorite things that my grandmother used to always say to me was, the little things aren't little. So, Mark and Callie and I obviously meet quite frequently. And we've started introducing this into our meetings, which is just our wins. It can be work related, it can be life related. It doesn't have to be anything even big. So I'll just throw it out there right now. I'm not feeling great, but I had like the best dinner tonight. And I made these amazing things. They're chocolate brownie balls, and I'm so excited to eat one after this. I'll share the recipe if you want it, guys. But that's like a very big win for me because normally, if I don't feel great, I will just turn to something that's not good, but I did it. So I'd love to hear if you guys have any random small wins. It can be big too, but just know nothing's too small.
How about getting high 90s in assignments and tests?
Absolutely. Of course. That's a very big.
Yay, that's fantastic.
Anyone
Well,
else?
this is important when you have a little, even
Yeah.
small wins to celebrate it. So let's celebrate with you guys.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
I finally finished 2 pairs of socks this month.
Ooh,
Wow.
Oh,
Yay.
Good job.
yay.
Nice.
Good job,
Perfect. We
Asha.
need
And
them
I
in this
didn't stab
weather.
myself in the eye with the needle from frustration. So it's an improvement.
Oh, good job,
Creative
Asha.
Asha. That's
That's
nice.
amazing.
My cousin that I've been looking after, who's he's going to be 91 tomorrow. I made him a birthday card today.
Oh,
yay!
good.
Good.
Probably
91
feels
and a
so
card.
good.
And he
Nice.
still lives in his own home.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
My big win is that I'm going to be a grandma again.
Hey, that's a
Yay.
good win.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
That's very
Oh,
nice.
how beautiful.
Well, I'll go. My win is I recently moved and I think about 50% of my house is set up, which I'm so happy about.
Good.
I love
Great.
it. Awesome.
I planted a garden and it's actually coming up. So I'm very happy
Woo.
about that.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good for you.
Mhm.
I will just say, if please jump in if you got something, but like at any point, I think my favorite thing will be if you just text me one of your wins. Just message me. We always want to hear them. So if you don't think of one right now, you just let me know. It can be the most random thing, and I am gonna clap for you.
Well, I'll jump in. Actually, Norma and I just came back from an assessment, and we do have a new client.
Nice.
Yay.
That's a big one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So I think we now wrapping up and heading into the last little bit of our meeting, we are going to do the Ambassador Award. I'll hand it
Actually,
over
I
to
would
Mark.
like it if I can have a screenshot of everybody, and if Dada and Isabel can come up on the screen so we can take a
Oh, a photo
picture.
of them.
Yeah. Isabel and Dada, can you come up?
Hi.
There we are.
Dada, look at you. Look at your beautiful
Hi.
faces. Can I just have a
Gorgeous.
smile so I can take or a hi so I can take a picture of all of you?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Let me put it on the live. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, it could be.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thank
Dada.
you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to hand it over to Mark.
You can stay
think
on, Dada and Isabel.
Yeah, please. It's lovely to see your faces. And we're almost done. So, this award recognizes a caregiver who has gone above and beyond. And I'm going to let Mark do the honors of presenting that tonight.
Yeah, again, I have it on the screen, the criteria for the selection. Not gonna go through it. I guess we've gone through it several times, but honestly, this is, Jenna always comes with great recommendation for the award. You all deserve the award. You all, like I say, day in and day out, night, make a big impact on our client. But I just want to read what Jenna said about this one. And the recipient exemplifies everything this award stands for. She has consistently demonstrated outstanding punctuality, flexibility, and a willingness to step in when needed, making her an invaluable part of our team. I'm going to say the name. Isabel's positive attitude and team spirit shine through in every interaction. Her warm, compassionate approach has made a lasting impression on both clients and their families, many of whom have shared heartfelt feedback about the kindness, attentiveness, and professionalism she brings to her role. She regularly goes above and beyond expectations, not only in the care she provides, but in how she represents Compassion Senior Care in the community. Her documentation is thorough and thoughtful, keeping families informed and reassured. So congratulations, Isabel. You are the ambassador
Thank
of this
you.
quarter.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. We are
Yes,
a team. We are a team. Thank
yes, we are a team, and thank you for being part of the
you.
team and for being so much loved by your clients. The work you do every day makes a big impact, and yeah, we appreciate you, we value you, and we value everyone on the team as well. But today is your turn, and we're gonna recognize that. And for us to recognize you also, there is a $50 gift card from
Yay.
Mark's
Oh, yay.
where, so you can use it for something to get for yourself and yeah, and enjoy.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Of course, of
Yeah, we're
course.
so,
Congrats.
you've been such a huge part of this team now for well over a year. And you definitely deserve the recognition. We're really, really happy to be able to do that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So I think just to kind of wrap things up a little bit here, guys, Mark has a few closing remarks. And yeah, we're actually finishing on time for once, which is just, I mean,
Perfect.
that's another win.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good
Perfect.
job.
Well, again, I really appreciate each one of you and you staying up, for this meeting. And I want to thank everyone and specifically, Gali for the training, Norma for her interaction, Danny for her coaching, and especially I want to recognize Jenna. I mean, the dedication, the effort she puts to make this, you know, meeting. But not only that, for each one of you, bringing you as a team is amazing. So I really thank you all as well for coming in, and I thank Jenna for the great job she is doing. I wanna also talk a little bit about what lies ahead. I mean, we are really seeing amazing opportunities for us to grow. And we love that you are all part of this growth. We see the need. There is so much need in this market that seniors more and more, they want to age in place, they want to age in their community, they want to stay where they are, and we come along and help them do that, and you come along to help them do that. So we need to continue to raise the bar so we can stand out as a company that lives its values, and you all exemplifies the values with the clients. So I really encourage you to raise the bar, to keep doing above and beyond, to do it with compassion, to do it with dignity and respect to our clients, to do it with the value that we believe in: integrity, trust, and respect, and also superior care. We want to deliver a superior care. So that's why we do meetings like this. That's why we send newsletters to give you training, and we want you to be engaged. We want you to be part of it. And we would love it when we hear stories like Jenna was encouraging of winning, even in your personal life, because that matters as well for us. We want you to have a balanced work and balanced personal life as well. So we want to be there for you. Danny is also available to coach you if you need anything to help you that with each challenge you're going through. So speaking of growth, we are doing a lot of things, and one of it is the search engine optimization. We are spending a lot investing in this. We are investing in our social media platforms. You may have noticed the changes we have in our social media, and we are putting some videos out there. And we want to hear your stories. We want to also put your videos, your stories, your testimonies, your experiences there. So I encourage you to contribute to that. Jenna will be reaching out to you individually and to share those stories. As well, we are investing in advertising. So if you hear Shine FM 88.9 Shine FM, we started a campaign this summer sponsoring a contest that they have. It's called Fill Your Fridge. And what Shine FM is doing is drawing a gift vouchers, $500 for shopping. So you can go and participate in it and listen to it as well. But we want to be part of living the value of our community by sponsoring such an event with a Shine FM and then helping families this summer to pay for their groceries. A lot of families are struggling. So participate in that as well. And yeah, like I said, we are growing. Today we have signed a new client. So for that, we need more of your availability. And I know we get maxed out at some point. So please, if you know someone who you love and trust, refer them to work with Compassion Senior Care. The more availability you give us, or the more referral we can grow as a team. And we know it's a challenge to find compassionate, respectful, and professionals like you. So that's why, if you refer to us, we also have a gift for you when they work with us and to join our team. Lastly, I want to just thank you again for this time. You will all be paid $15, the minimum wage for attending this QSM. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your feedback, how we can be better for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, to Jenna, to Kali, to Danny, to Norma. If you have any feedback, please don't hesitate to share that. So yeah, with that, we can call it for the evening. And Jenna, I give it back to you.
Yeah, I think Mark wrapped everything up quite well. Now that I've done a few of these QSMs, I will be reaching out to you guys, especially just wanting to hear more about what you want in these meetings and what will be more beneficial for you. If you have any like topics you're thinking that would be really great for us to speak on, fun games, we'll be talking over the next little bit. I would just love to continue to improve. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, I just wholeheartedly appreciate everything you guys are doing. I'm here. You know how to reach me. You know how to reach us all, but especially me. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely evening. And let's hopefully have some better weather coming up here so we can all enjoy the summer. Okay. I will yeah, we're signing off, guys. Have a wonderful
Thank you,
evening.
guys.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
Good evening,
Thank
good
you,
night.
guys.
See you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Lots
Bye.
of love to you
Thank you.
all.
Bye.
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 Bye. Good night.
There, it's you three. Oh, everyone's done. The meeting.